Hello and welcome everyone in this video tutorial on chapter electricity and circuits. So when we are dealing with the topic electricity, first of all you should understand that from where we receive this electricity or what is the source of this electricity. Nowadays electricity is mandatory for us to in multiple ways. We use electricity to generate heat. We use electricity to generate motion, that is motion in fans, motors. Even we have cars now which works on electricity, scooters, and all things. We can transfer any movable thing and we can make any movable thing move using electricity. Motors are there, machines are there, which are of our daily use. Now, from where does we get this electricity? We receive this electricity from sources. So what are the sources of electricity? Those sources are power stations. Our major source of electricity is power stations. We receive it from power station. Now, power stations generate electricity using multiple ways. So first is coal, where we coal or natural gas. We call it CNG. Okay, coal or natural gas. Coal or natural gas is burned and this from it heat is generated. कोयला या फिर गैस को जलाया जाता है because of the burning a huge amount of heat is generated. This heat is used to heat water. This heat is used to increase the temperature of water, and now this water is used to generate electricity. So it's a quite long process, but right now in your syllabus this process is not there. So in your syllabus what you have is how do we from where do we get electricity, not how do we get electricity. So from we receive from coal power plant or CNG power plant, then we hydel power plant, or you call it by another name dam. Okay, dams, hydel power plant, then nuclear power plant. From where we use nuclear energy called uranium to generate electricity, and last one is solar power plant. For your information, you should know that coal and CNG, they should not be used because they create a huge amount of pollution. Similarly, hydro power plant, though hydro power plant are very good because they just use running water to generate electricity, but for that we have to devote a huge amount of area, a large amount of area for dam. A huge amount of soil or maybe fertile soil is drawn under water. So hydro power plants or dams are also not that much good. Okay, 99% there are situations where dams are very necessary, but we call these dams as necessary evils. Okay, so won't go up to that point, but okay, dams also somehow are not that much nature friendly. Then we come to nuclear reactor. When we are dealing with nuclear reactor, though nuclear reactor, when we are dealing with nuclear reactor, just for your information, this amount of uranium, only this much chunk of uranium, it can be used to generate electricity for complete Delhi for nearly 4 months. This can generate electricity, which can be used to generate electricity for it can generate heat that can be used to generate electricity for complete Delhi for nearly 4 months. इतना सा 4 महीने के लिए काफी है. But the residue जो इससे बचता है, the residue, it is very dangerous. The residue it leaves is extremely dangerous as it is highly radioactive. So again, ये भी अच्छा ऑप्शन नहीं है. The last option which we have is solar power plant. It is eco-friendly, nature-friendly, everything friendly because it doesn't create any pollution and it gives a proper amount of electricity to us because it just transfers sun's energy to usable energy. Okay, but problem is with this also that if there is no sunlight nowadays, in winter we do not have that much quality of sunlight. In summer we have enough amount, but in winter we don't have that much. So what to be done for winter time? There should we leave it without electricity? So these are the problems which we face with the power stations. But then if any there had power failures is very common for our country. Power failure is a very common thing for our country. So what do we do when there is no power? What do we do when there is no power? So when there is no power, we rely on alternative power sources. When there is no power, we rely on alternative power sources. So what are our alternative power sources? They are generators and inverters. Generators and inverters. So when we are talking about generators, generators use fuel to generate electricity. And inverter, what inverter does is it has battery, or you can say these battery use chemical energy, use chemical reactions to store electricity. And once electricity is stored, when there is power failure, we can use that electricity for our daily use. Okay, but these batteries are made up of small cells. You must have seen a battery from the top. You must have seen these types of places where you fill water inside it, in your inverter battery. That those small compartments are actually cells. Okay, so this is the thing about the sources of electricity. So when we are talking about cells, our main topic right now is cells. So here we are talking about primary or dry cell. Primary or dry cell. Okay, cells can be divided into two parts: primary and secondary. Those which are used for battery, or those which are rechargeable. Those which are rechargeable, which can be used again and again. They all are called secondary battery. They all are called secondary battery. But when we are talking about primary, these are those which can't be recharged again. So these type of cells are available in multiple forms: AA, AAA, etc. So you all have seen these type of cells. They have a metal cap and a metal disc like bottom. These bottoms make sure that the connection always stays proper. Okay, and these cells works on the chemical reaction. Once the chemical is used up, it loses its power. Now we have to replace these cells. These cells. So this is the way how things work in cells. Okay. Okay, the next topic which we have here is bulb. So when we are dealing with bulb, this is the very simplest form of bulb. Okay, it is the very simplest form of bulb. What does it have? It has some inert gas. Inert gas means that gas which do not react, be it neon or argon, and tungsten filament. Okay, so it is excessively coiled shape. If you have seen the bulb, you will find something spring-like structure inside it. Okay, so the spring-like structure is tungsten filament. Now, when electricity is passed through this filament, it increases because of resistance. Because of resistance, its temperature increases, and it increases to such a high level that it starts emitting light. That's why bulb become very hot when it is used. Okay. Now, electric circuit. When we are talking about electric circuit, I have already told you to do an activity to make a torch. You simply used a bulb, you connected it with cells, and it started working. Now, this is my bulb, this is my cell. Okay, this is the sign for a cell. This sign is used for a cell. Whenever we are making a circuit, if I have to use a sign long line stands for positive terminal, this short line stands for negative terminal. So that is the way how things work for the cell. Now this cell is connected with the bulb, and if it is without switch, suppose you are using a bulb, you have a fan at your home and it is directly connected to the electricity. Now this fan will continuously work till the time electricity is there, and during summer we need it 24 hours, but during winter do we need this fan now? No, we don't need to use this fan now. So what we will do, we need a switch to on off. That even to save electricity we need to that switch to be on or off. So when we are in the room, when we need it, we should turn it on. When we don't need it, we have to turn it off. So there has to be a switch. So switch is actually a circuit breaker. Switch is actually a circuit breaker. So when we want to break the circuit, we will just open the switch, and when we want to close the circuit, we will close the switch. Okay. So in this diagram, right now, this switch is in open state. Right now, this switch is in open state because these two terminals are not getting connected. These two terminals are not getting connected, so it is in open state. Circuit is not complete here. Because of being open, the circuit is not complete. When we will close it, now it is a closed switch. Closed switch means now the circuit is complete. Understood? Now, when the circuit is complete, current will start moving, electricity will start moving, and hence our bulb will start glowing. Okay, and this is the simple experiment which you have already tested. Now you know by yourself that you can say by yourself that yes, we know how just by connecting wires we can make a circuit happen. Now, when we are talking about wire, because I told you about bulb, I told you about cell or battery wire. Okay, what if we have a symbol of battery? Do you know how the battery is symbolized? This is how a battery is symbolized. This is a single cell, and this is multiple cells which are joined together. When multiple cells are joined together, it becomes a battery. Now this is the sign for battery, and this is the sign for a single cell. Understood? Now when we are talking about battery, we had switch, we had bulb. Remaining is the wire. These wires. When we are talking about these wires are to be made with a conductor. So what is a conductor? Conductor is something which transfers electricity from one point to another, which allows electricity to pass through it. Conductors are something which allows current to pass through. So if current is allowed to pass through, it is a conductor. For example, I have written few examples of conductor: copper, aluminium, iron, silver, gold. These all are metal conductors. Silver and gold, they are a very good conductor, I should say, very brilliant conductor. But because silver and gold, they are not cheap, they are very costly, so we don't use them in our day-to-day life. But your laptop, your mobiles, your TV, those supercomputers, those devices which need very high conduction of electricity, they use gold and silver wires. Okay, but normally in home we use copper wires. All of the wiring which is inside your home is done with the copper wire. Okay, and next we have aluminium. The supply which is given from power plant to your home, the supply is given through aluminium wires. Okay, and iron is a conductor, but it is not that much good. Iron is a conductor, but it is not that much good. So we don't use iron for directly conduction of electricity, but we use it for some different purposes. Okay, iron is used for some different purposes. For example, Okay, it is an exception. It is an exception. Graphite is a non-metal. It is made up of carbon. Normally, carbon doesn't allow current to pass through it. But this is a special allotrope of carbon. Now we don't need to understand what is allotrope, but it is a special form of carbon which allows current to pass through. So it is a conductor. Okay. Rest, when we talk about insulators, which do not allow current to pass through it. For example, be it this chalk, be it this paper, be it this wood, or plastic, ceramics, they all are insulators. All non-metals are insulators. They do not conduct electricity through them. Understood? So this was the last topic of your chapter, and here I conclude the chapter. If you face any issue or you have any doubt, feel free. You have my contact number. You can contact me. Thank you.